What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am trying to throw a jig in some weeded conditions. We're at a pond I come to quite often, but it's fun to just come out here and test some baits. So that's what we're going to do today. I got a new Strike King jig and I've got a little crawl on the back of it and hoping I can get some bass. I see one right now, so let's get in there and give it a shot. There he is. First one on the jig. He picked that thing up right off the bottom. Started with a little 1/2 ounce jig, and it's kind of like in a green pumpkin, watermelon or something like that. There's a little bit of red flake in there. First one. Boom. Nice little 12-13 inch bass right off the weed line. Came up and cranked on it. I think the hard thing today is going to be able to find these fish. Once I find them and I can locate them, just drop it right on them. Shouldn't be too hard after that. I don't have a lot of experience working with jigs, but I do know that patience is really important when it comes to them. You kind of want to just get your jig to where you want it and then give it a little bit of time. Oh, I just had one right there. Watched him eat, but he dropped her. Nice thing is too, if you have a lot of weight on there, you can kind of punch through that mat of weeds. It can be a real game changer. So when I rolled up to the spot today, they're all over there now, but there's probably 15 or 20 geese. They all jumped in the water and they all swam over there and stirred every little bit of every clearness out, and the water is just a muddy mess now. It's kind of disappointing, but that's part of fishing.
I know it's a game, I'm not gonna play, but maybe you should do whatever you need to erase me. It's all just a game, you think I'm gonna play, but maybe you should do it.
I got one so far. It's a little slow today. It's pretty hot though. Oh my goodness gracious. I waited to set it. It's probably still here somewhere. That fish was locked and ready. Oh, there he is. I'm gonna set it right on his head and hopefully he'll take it and try to be gentle. Yeah, he's got it. There he goes. Nice and gentle. Oh, well, there he goes. Fish number 2, I believe. Had a few good bites, just having trouble connecting. Gotta love fishing in urban areas. Dogs everywhere. Dogs love me. What are you doing? Jesus Christ. Haven't been wasting much time with blind casting, mostly because I think I'm doing a lot better targeting these fish than I am blind casting. Basically what I've been doing is walking around the pond until I see a bass either up shallow or swim by or something, and I think that they might be in the area. If there's a bunch of bluegills real nice and thick through there, I'll do something with that too. But I've got one bass right in front of me. He's kind of locked, but I'm just gonna try to put it right on. There he goes. He grabbed it. Yeah, like I said, I was just gonna try to. I put it next to him 3 times probably, and he didn't want any part of that. And so the 4th time I just put it like straight on his head. But what you do is you make it a real subtle drop. Don't just like thud it in there. And then usually they'll think it's something falling from a tree or something like that, and they'll come up and grab it. Sure enough, one more quick release. This is the reason the water is so murky right here. I haven't been wasting much time with just blind casting. I've been trying to find a bass in the water. This isn't making it any easier, but trying to find a bass in the water and then pitching it to them, and hopefully they'll take it. So I've caught 3 now, and as you can see, well, maybe you can see, there's a little bit of chipping in the paint. Maybe I bounced it off a couple rocks, but either way, the paint's not the greatest on these. It is chipping off. The jig still works great. The skirt's in good condition, and even the soft plastic's pretty nice. Yeah, I completely botched that one. That was a big failure right there. That was a good fish. Oh my God. Well, there was a fish. He came up for it right as I was lifting it over the weeds. There he is. Oh, he's right there. He's still there. He's still there. See if we can get him the last time. 2 hits in a row for this guy. Dadgum. It's a pretty big bait for the fish. I'm going for more of the big boys, 2 or 3 pounders, but you're gonna have to sort through a lot of the 1s and 2s to get to the bigger ones. Switching soft plastics now. Basically what I got is this crawl right here. I went ahead and ripped the back end off just because it makes that bait just a little bit shorter. Doesn't stick out as much from the jig. Pretty easy to rig, just running that hook right down the middle. And you can run it however far you want. I like to run it about 2/3 of the bait and then just push it up as far as you can. And then that's what it's gonna look like when it's all finished. There we go. I had 3 bass all coming for it. That's the biggest one of the day by far. Still got a pretty nasty ripped up tail. It must be on some rocks or a bed or something. With a beautiful largemouth on the jig. It's working out good. Patience is paying off, that's for sure. Wow, can you tell we're in the city? There we go, nice release. There he goes, beautiful. Let's get another one. That last fish was pretty crazy because I watched him eat the whole time. He probably hit it 4 times before he actually took the bait, which is pretty nuts. Pays to have a really good set of glasses that you can definitely see in the water really well. Nailed him. There we go. Sight fished that one out of there. That's wicked cool. Another largemouth bass. Why do they all keep coming off of there? Oh, he took my crawl too. That was my last one. Well, that's a problem. I'm gonna have to bust out the other one. So each one of these little football jigs comes with 2 crawls. So I'm just gonna go ahead and crack the other one open and take the crawl out of there. That's unfortunate, but that's a good fish. I'd rather have a fish than a crawl, so. This right here is what we're using today. 1/2 ounce tour grade football jig with 2 rage tail, rage crawl trailers, Strike King. Good stuff right here. Basically, I'm gonna crack this open and take the 2 crawls out and use those today, and then I'll get other trailers for the next time I use these jigs. Basically, this is the crawl I got right here, and then I'm just twisting off like the first knob and a half there. Take that off, put it back in your bag because you don't want to throw it on the ground. And then you've got just a little bit shorter of a profile for this jig. That hook is bending just slightly. That's not the best, but still pretty straight. We got us another crawl in there. Perfect. I'm seeing one more bass right in front of me pretty close, so we're gonna give that a try. There's one. There we go. That was pretty cool. That was the first one that I did not actually see. I just seen the line thump and I set it pretty hard. Another good, that's a really nice shiny green largemouth. Very nice. This side of the pond definitely has more potential and a lot more hits on it than the side that I started with. One really nice thing about the football jig is it's so heavy that you can put it on the bottom, and when you just want to kind of wiggle it around a little bit, you just move your line and it'll give those crawls quite a bit of movement, but you won't actually pick your bait up. So if you're kind of in like a spot that there's either a bed or just an open area of weeds, you won't really have to move too much and then get right back into those weeds. You can stay in that open area where that fish is and hopefully trick him into biting. All right, we got one fish up here. Pretty nice, like, I don't know, 13 inch or so. He nailed it. There he is. Very cool. He might be a touch bigger than that. Not a complete giant, but I'm happy with that. It was kind of interesting. This fish was sitting, actually he might be like 14, 15 incher. Probably the second biggest one of the day. He was sitting underneath some floating moss or weeds, kind of just chilling in the shade. And as it was getting blown around by the wind, he was moving with it. So he was just trying to get a little shade. Put it right on him. He's got it. Ah, he dropped it. He dropped it. He dropped it. They're so fast. I don't even have time to close the, oh wow, close the bail and start reeling yet. And they already have it. It's just trying to find them. That's the hard thing. So once you locate it and you can put it right on them, they almost always nail it. There we go. Beautiful bass. Well, we're heading out now. I'd give that Strike King jig a high rating. The crawl's definitely ripped, but that's to be expected. Either way, that's a really good package. It's like $250 for one of those, so you really can't beat that. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode and learned a little bit about jig fishing. I'm still pretty new to it, but I'm learning slowly and surely. Fishing downtown's, it's pretty crazy. A lot of people. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next one. Peace, y'all.